All right, so welcome back to learning about the stack ISA. We're going to look at part 2, which is going to be the push and the pop instructions. This will be how we add information to the stack and how we're going to remove information. So where we left off in part number 1, we said, okay, we had a stack. We had 3 items on the stack. The bottom is 0, next item is 1, top item is 2. And all the operations we're going to do is going to deal with this stack. So there will be times when we want to add information to the stack. So let's say I wanted to add a 4th element that would have the address 3. How would I go about doing that? Well, we're going to use the push instruction to add to the top of a stack. All right, so for right now, let's say that we're going to have 2 different types of push instructions. The 2 different types will be depending on what type of data we're going to want to put onto the stack. Like I say, one type of data we will want to put onto a stack is a constant number. A second piece of data we might want to put onto the stack is from a variable. Well, a variable is a memory allocation for us. So we're going to say we're going to have 2 different types of push instructions. I will have a push C instruction. That's going to refer to this constant number. And then I'm going to have a push M instruction. And that's going to refer to a memory location. For us, we're just going to keep it simple and say that's a variable. All right, so let's go about and adding something to a stack. Well, we got to write an instruction. So we look at the bottom of the screen, we see an instruction will be written as push C 15. Well, let's break that down into its different parts. So this instruction is made up of 2 different parts. The first section is the instruction name. It's the push C. It's going to tell us what operation we're performing. The second item is an operand. It's going to be, what is that constant number that I want to add onto the stack? All right, so here is our instruction, push C 15. So we go and we have our initial stack of 0, 1, 2. Right now, let's not worry about what values are stored on that stack. And now I'm going to put on top of it index card 3 or memory 3. We're going to write the value 15. So now we have a stack of 4 items. And we can view this stack as just an array. All right, so we have 0, 1, 2, 3. We know 3, that 15 is the top right now. Okay, next instruction we're going to do is to push C 100. So it's the same item. I'm going to stop writing items in this format for right now. We're going to use the index format, the array format. And we see now we have item number 4 on top, which is 100. All right, so now let's look at the push M instruction. So now I want to add a value found in memory or a variable for us. All right, so the instruction is going to look like, if we look at the bottom of the screen, push M, and then we're going to have an address. Again, we have the 2 parts. The instruction name is the push M, push memory, and then we have the operand, which is going to be our address. To make everything simple, we're going to say the address is a variable name. There could be a lot of different ways we can express this address. It might be the actual number of what index we're at in this array that we're calling memory. Or in future videos, we're going to see that there's different ways that we can express address. Right now, we're going to use the most basic form. The name itself of the variable is our address. All right, so let's say we have push MX. So somewhere in memory, I have this index card that has the address of X, and on that address is found the data 50. So what we're going to do is copy that data 50, and that goes now onto the top of the stack. And now we can see that we would have this 5 item on the top with 50 located inside it. All right, so now we can see how we can add different pieces of information to the stack, either memory location or a constant number. All right, so what would we do if we want to clear information from the stack? Well, clearing information from the stack will be a pop instruction. Pop instruction is going to be used when we want to make space onto the stack. And we're going to have two types. We're going to have a pop, and the pop is all it's going to do is clear the top item of the stack. It's just going to remove it. Then we're going to have a pop M, and a pop M will copy the top of the stack to the memory location we tell it to copy to, and then it's going to clear the top. All right, so let's look at pop. So one thing when we write out pop, all we have is one part to this, the instruction name. We do not have an operand field as follows it. We internally know that it's explicit which operand we're going to be using, the top location. So we look at our stack before. We see that we have 5 items on the stack. The top is index 5 with the value of 50. Afterwards, we're going to clear out that 50. So we can see here I wrote the X to clear it out. And now 4 is the top of the stack. All right, maybe we have a pop MZ. Here we do have 2 parts. Pop M, the instruction name. The Z is our operand. So before we have 5 items in our stack. Number 4 is the top. It has the value 100. We have the location where we want to go to, Z. I'm going to take that 100 and copy that data into the location of Z. Once that is done, you can see that we're clearing out the top of the stack, just like the pop. Now, the top element of 100, it's gone. It's been erased. And now the top of the stack is element number 3. All right, so this should give you a basic idea of how we're going to keep adding data and removing data from the stack. So I look to see you in another video where we look a little bit more into math instructions and try to figure out some simple operations that we can do.